So, I get asked a lot of questions about heavy bags, okay? I like teardrop heavy bags. Now, reason why it's called a teardrop heavy bag, shape of a teardrop. So narrow cylindrical shape at the bottom, big dead zone here, contour to the bottom. Reason being, from a combat sport point of view, you can throw uppercuts, which you can't on a heavy bag. From a self-protection or self-defense point of view, you can throw chin jabs, and also you've got that, and you've got spike kicks as well, bang, and you've got this kind of kick as well, bang, that sort of stuff. Yeah. So obviously you don't get the, you can't slap from the bottom, or you can't throw low line kicks, which you could get with a normal heavy bag. Is the payoff worth it? It's up to you. It's up to what you have in your game plan. I like this one for me personally, because of my game plan, you know, I prefer like striking and working on my kicks. So I like this. So a little bit of a background, okay? So this is called a Nova teardrop bag. I know it's got Mad X on it, but I think they all get it from the same factory. The different companies just put their logo on it. If you go on eBay, put in Nova teardrop bag. Just a little bit of background how I stumbled upon it. I actually wanted a premium heavy teardrop heavy bag. So I was looking at Fairtex, Sandy and Boom. Okay. A lot of these companies, they send their heavy bags unfilled, which means they give you the skin and you've got to fill it with the punch bag filling. However, we're in quarantine, which means every person selling punch bag fillings, very few of them, ran out, right? And the lead times were ridiculous. I had to wait like 4 weeks, and this was pre-quarantine, before it really got you know, bad. Now I'd say you'd be lucky to get some. So I had to cancel the order. I cancelled the fillings, cancelled the orders for the skins, and just went to these guys who actually stumbled upon it. Went on eBay and just went teardrop heavy bag, and I actually stumbled across it. I was like, God, wow, that's cheap. Have a look. Came filled as well, so I just bought it. All right, so what's good about it? It's cheap. Right, first things first, it's fucking cheap. I mean, everything here has cost me less than 60 quid. The bag with the filling and the chains is $29.99. I mean, if you look at a Fairtex bag, the skin itself would cost you anywhere between 150 to 170. Punch bag fillings, you're looking at about £42. On top of that, you've got to buy the chains, heavy duty chains, over £10, including postage packaging, £12. Another bracket, another £10. You're looking well in excess of $240, you know, to get a premium level heavy bag. I know Sandy, when they get their sales on, can get it for about $220, but that's just the bag with the filling. That's not all the other stuff that comes with it. And for my money, it's worth a punt, you know, for 30 quid. And is it any good? It's actually alright. It's actually okay. I mean, the chain isn't very well made. You can tell it's cheaply soldered together. It's not a heavy duty chain. It's not great. I expect this chain will give out fairly soon. I can't see it lasting very long. I'm going to go buy another chain in spare. I've already managed to tear at the top of the bag where the stuffing goes, and I opened it up, and the hook thing got caught. There's a little tear. Tore really easily as well. This comes in, weighs in about 20 kilos apparently. Yeah, it weighs about that. And they've put a combination of textiles, so cut up pieces of cloth, and sand, so you get that sinking feeling. You can see the feel of the sand as well. It's like sunk at the bottom. It's quite hard. So but for what it is, it's really good. I mean, you can put everything. You can put combinations on there: slaps, hooks, palm strikes. You know, you've even got spike kicks. Bang here, hit, boom. You've got elbows. Bang, slap, there. It's pretty good for what it is. It's solid, right? And I mean, I've put this up a little bit higher than what I'd probably prefer it to. So, you know, this was the dead zone part where I want to aim for. So a lot of shots to the head that simulates, you know, get that brain shape, knockout power. but it's good. I mean, it's all right for what it is. And I've got some gloves on here. If I put the gloves on, give it a whack. Give it a whack on the gloves. You know, does the job, and it's weighty enough. You know, it's not too heavy. It's heavy enough that it moves and gives you solid feedback. Even if I was to throw sort of a Muay Thai kick there to the high line, it's actually okay. I mean, bang, yeah, it's okay. You know, you've got to be careful because it is quite a hard bag. You've got to make sure you catch it on the shins. But it's good. I mean, for 30 quid, it's good. So, what's the bad? What's wrong with it? So, first things first. Sandy and Fairtex, I think, I'm familiar with the Fairtex ones, I'm not even sure the other ones, measuring at 90 centimetres. This one's about 60. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but what it does is, the extra 30 centimetres give you a bigger dead zone. Yeah? And it gives you a little clinch as well, which is what you can do. See, that one's a bit high for my knees. So if I had a little bit extra to play with, I could move this forward a little bit. And also, with the same for the teep kick, I have to really stretch my legs to really kick it out. If it was a bit longer, I could put it a bit lower so I can catch it a little bit more in the dead zone. That's the other thing. That's, you know, that's what's bad about it. The chains aren't great quality, as I said. I had to put a little bit of WD-40 on the swivel there. So, I don't know if that's in the camera shot, but where it swivels, I had to put a WD-40, so it just wasn't spinning. What's up about it? It's not, you know, the actual bag is not bad. It's stitched quite well. It's quite hard with the sand. Obviously, they try to cut costs by adding sand and textiles to it. So textiles gives you that nice bounce and a little bit of softness, whereas this one kind of sinks and it's quite hard, especially the bottom. So if you want to catch it with a spike kick at the bottom, make sure you catch it with your shin rather than your inside of your foot, because it hurts quite a bit if you catch it there. Especially as well when you throw in high roundhouse kicks as well, trying to step back and then curl your leg shin into the edge of it. What else is bad about it? You know, yeah, the material isn't terribly great. As I said, I tore the top of the bag by accident. So, you know, but overall, would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, it's so cheap. I mean, 30 quid for this. I mean, that includes the chains, and that'd get you started. I mean, I would, as I have done, I've invested, I've got some chains, and I don't expect these to last. I mean, the soldiering's quite poor on here, so I expect that to go before the bag does. But yeah, it's alright. I mean, I've done a Meister heavy bag strap. I'm not a really big fan of it. I mean, strangely, it took ages to come because it came from the US, but it's made in China. Go figure, right? The other thing is, you can't see it, but it's hanging off my joist and it's sliding up and down. I had some web strapping, and that was better because I could tie it in one place. But that's not really anything to do with the bag. That's where you want to deliver it. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's pretty good for what it is. I'd recommend it. It's called a Nova teardrop bag. If you put it on eBay, there's a couple of people that sell it. And yeah, great to get started with. Give it a go. I mean, it's a solid bit of kit. I mean, I've used this Fairtex ones before, and you know, yes, they are better. The Fairtex ones is better. There's, you know, you can fill it up yourself. You can have how much, I think that weighs a little bit heavier as well than this does. But, you know, for literally what, 7 times the price, this, you know, is it worth that much? Well, that's for you to decide. But as a budget bag, this rocks. I mean, one of my challenges to this quality is going to be how much punishment can I do to this so it can if I can break the fucking thing, see if I can split it open and sort of see what's inside. But yeah, go ahead. If you're looking for something that's cheerful and, you got the space to hang it up, I'd recommend it. Give it a go. All right, peace out.